You want us to call? Yeah, how? But you have feedback, brother?
No, may I hear one?
I get some feedback. Hold on. You want us to call it all? How about Shimmy, was shy about Shimmy, Kakadash, to be honest to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway, preaching the spirit, sincerity and in truth, much honesty. And the brother Shapara, from the James and the line of the brother.
Kabash.
Yeah, there was a recent video. That's not video. There was a recent meeting by the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You know what I mean, with President Donald Trump. A series of events lead to this meeting, basically. I think it was five countries, I think, from some of them from basically CARICOM who go over there and visit Mr. Trump. You know what I mean? And you have a lot of speculation coming up in Jamaica why the Prime Minister of Jamaica go meet with Trump. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of controversy in CARICOM. You know what I mean? Basically, lashing out against the Prime Minister of Jamaica for breaching certain rules that CARICOM have. You know, CARICOM basically deal with a syndicate of Caribbean nations who come to regional nations who come together for common interests, basically. So, what really happened now? Everybody lashing out. You know what I mean? Some people speculating as to the reason why. You know what I mean? Some people disagree with Jamaica, basically, not with Venezuela in its current predicament, which is President Maduro. You know what I mean? They picked the side what the Americans supposedly supporting. You know what I mean? So a lot of people confused of what's really going on in the region. What we as the prophets of the Lord come out here for is to give you clarity on what is going on, because believe it or not, you can't hear me, brother? Oh, damn it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the audio, brother. All right. All right, I'll send an invite again. All right. Yeah, my ear. On the phone. On the phone. All right. Let's send it back again, bro. I'm gonna put send it back on the next one, brother. Hang up, brother. Let's send it back on the next one. Yeah, it's just the devil basically in his works, spiritual demon, Satan, vibration. You know, but anyway, as I was speaking about, there's a lot of confusion in the region, you know what I mean, as to what is going on. But the broader picture is what a lot of you people are not seeing, man. Because this is all based off a prophecy. And the prophecy that this is based off of is World War III. You know what I mean? And basically what you're seeing being staged right now is World War III, man. And all the events that see be transpiring right now in the region is what is going to lead up to World War III. Because believe it or not, World War III is going to be an energy war, man. Seeing? So we have countries now basically vying for power, you know what I mean, over the energy sector and trade, basically. Trading of raw material, you know what I mean, resources, you know what I mean. That's what is going on right now. You know what I mean? And this has been in the works for ages, man. You know what I mean? We're just coming down to the wire where people start to see certain things and I wonder what really going on. You know, even in the recent times, the conflicts, all the conflict them where you see been taking place over there in the Middle East and certain regions of the world involving the United States. See, it's basically leading up to this grand event. And all of that is to save the US economy, you know what I mean? Because there are countries right now posing direct competition to the US economy and US business worldwide. You know, US have a monopoly on the system, but basically the petrodollar is used in every method of trade on the planet. And you have countries now fed up with American foreign policy, and right now they want to go around the petrodollar system, you know what I mean, and certain methods that they use, like the SWIFT system, you know what I mean, because these nations get sanctioned whenever time them do something outside the realms of what America want them to do. Now, speaking about the energy wars, I'll play some clippings basically where I show you. Let me see if I can get my brother first. You know, we can get a preset first before we even continue further with the stream.
There again.
Yeah. And brother, you can give me the third wall.
Can?
Third wall?
Third wall? Yeah, man. Just give me a second. All right. So this is Revelation 11 and verse 14. It said, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
All right. So the second wall is past and the third wall coming quickly. You know what I mean? So we've been seeing the preparation right now for the third world war, man. You know what I mean? You have different skirmishes that take place for the past couple of years. We remember the Crimean situation over there in Ukraine, with Russia coming to the aid of the people in Crimea. Only basically maintain natural gas supply in Eastern Europe. You know what I mean? We know that Russia supplying natural gas to Europe, basically in direct competition to the US and their allies. You know what I mean? And thus the Qatar, Turkey, basically gas line basically being hindered by that Assad's denial of access to Syria, which Russia can go there and defend that case over there in Syria because they were protecting what Russian interests. And everywhere you see on the planet where you skirmish or some form of crisis where America Russia always mentioned. See, because yes, we have war. You know what I mean? Just do right here, it get hot. And very soon it's gonna get hot, man.
But I say I might get feedback on your end.
Okay, feedback. Okay, let me see. Maybe it's the speakers.
Turn off the speaker until you can hear me without the speaker.
You have a phone. You have a phone on the stream, brother.
Yeah.
You have to turn on the phone.
The phone mute.
Okay. Look at it.
Ask you, brother. So that's the devil, you know?
Okay. Yeah, still getting feedback. Don't know what really is the matter because anyway.
Let's make sure it's not now play upon your end.
Alright, con. Won't be able to hear it in hot, but let's continue still. Yeah,
No man,
let's
he's
get
a
some
good no man. Put on the back.
actually. You saying, brother?
Him say you're good now. Put on it. Put on back the sound.
Ah, let's get some context on what we're saying. You know what I mean? Because right now, China is in the region right now in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Jamaica signing on to the Belt and Road Initiative. No brothers know already have an idea because brother Ariel and brother Rakoya come extensively in the information concerning the new Silk Road with China. Matter of fact, we can play some of them videos connecting. And this is why this basically America see as a major threat to their hegemony right now on the earth. You know what I mean? China basically is in direct competition. There's an alliance with China, Russia, and some other countries basically. Some other countries basically in direct competition to the US and the US economy, because these nations basically setting up this new Silk Road basically intention is not to use the US dollar as the main currency basically. You know what I mean? So you have this big push for deal dollarize, done away with the US dollar in trading. See, and all of these mechanisms working together to further frustrate America, pushing them into a corner. You know what I mean? Where they're gonna lash out and come out. You know what I mean? You have Russia making deals, making inroads in Europe, having deals with Germany, straight in the US. You know what I mean? Having the Turk Stream pipeline that has been built now, having North and you know what I mean, which basically um the US basically yeah, Donald Trump just to get thing rolled out some context with this thing.
I'm bringing out the preset, brother.
Yeah, okay. You see the title here. The title here say what? The just wars. You know what I mean? Hey, this war gonna be a war for resources. You know what I mean? A raw material to have dominance in the market concerning the investment. You know what I mean? So and basically these countries are bringing direct competition to America, man. You know what I mean? It not turn out nice. You know? You know if the brother
Our priest,
basically have a priest.
our precepts. You hear me?
Yeah.
Can. This is Isaiah 42 and verse 13. He said, "The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies." All right, this is the Lord stirring up jealousy among the nations, yo. Seeing all the nations are fight for energy dominance over the world. That's the Lord stirring up jealousy, yo. That's the Lord using energy as a means to create the third war, yo. As one of the means to create the third war, yo.
Go.
Right? Because every major war between superpowers in history has been fought over resources, yo. Because resources is what give you true power, yo. When you control the resources and the flow of resources, the flow of land and them thing, that's real wealth, yo. See, these superpowers know that and the money are real wealth, yo. It's resources, yo. When we can control the oil where come in a Europe, for example, right now Russia responsible for 35% of the oil will go to Europe. See, so if them can increase that, yo, them can have a bigger hold on the world, yo. See, because if Russia, if when Russia have a bigger share in the energy market, then that means them have a bigger talk in the direction where the world can go. Just like how now America can sanction countries when them not go American way. Seeing no, if China and Russia get fit them way, then them can start sanctioning countries where they don't go fit them way, yo. So it's all about dominance and hegemony, yo, which America realized that yo them are lose them footing. Therefore, them not a choice but for just go to war, yo.
Gone. And it's boiling down to that, man. And guess what? All of this, no, all the way now in the region, which is the Caribbean region, man. We can see what skirmishes with Venezuela and what America trying to do over there in Venezuela. That because America wants to work out the world establishing democracy or for some reason. America has never been about that and will never be. It's about business as usual. And if business is to maintain, as the brother said, the American dominance in the energy market. You know what I mean? Seeing so, this is what boils down to now. Now you have this prime minister here in Jamaica, basically, so-called Jamaican from the tribe of Benjamin. You know what I mean? Of the nation of Israel, which basically leaders now tell that. But this, because God and wicked ass niggas, what he's doing right now, he's trying to make friends with America, and meanwhile making friends with China.
You can.
Some have obligations to China because China is investing a lot of money here in Jamaica. You know what I mean? As earlier we speak about the Belt and Road Initiative. You know what I mean? That's what China basically creating different packages basically in order to move raw material and move energy. You know what I mean? Across the world. You know what I mean? So Jamaica basically on board, you know, take money from China like some other country, you know what I mean? And now, seeing America what Jamaica doing in regards to commitment to America. You know what I mean? So them are sticks with it's too right now. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? They get caught up in the middle. You know what I mean? Which many of them Caribbean nations here right now are caught up in the middle. Man. So I'm talking about the place now with Jamaica. You know what I mean? These greater powers, the major powers. So basically we're going to see information what's really going on and what the talk basically is about. You know what I mean? The reason why the Prime Minister going to America to meet with him. You know what I mean? This is the reason why. And him stays what I'm knowing more. Just to point out what really is going on with Venezuela and Jamaica and the other countries in the region. Brother, figure out what the Prime Minister.
Yeah, man. So this is from the Observer, Jamaica Observer, published March 22, 2019. It said Holness says first meeting with Trump promising. Right? It said the Prime Minister Andrew Holness says that today's first meeting with US President Donald Trump and other Caribbean leaders at Trump's Mar-a-Lago, Florida residence was promising. We anticipate further discussions on energy, trade, security, and issues to do with peace and stability within the region.
And that statement there is a very profound statement. You know what I mean? Basically, you speak about what? Energy,
trade, and security.
Trade and security.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna make alliance with the Shanghai group. You know what I mean? With China, Russia, and Iran, and the rest of them. You know, you're gonna make alliance with us. That's what it boils down to, you know.
Run.
You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying again about that?
About peace in the region. Issues affecting peace in the region.
Peace in the region. What kind of peace are you talking about? We have a conflict. You know what I mean? Because there's a potential conflict brewing in the region between China and Russia. And if you keep covering the enemy in the backyard, and that ultimately happen. That's what they're saying, you know. You know what I mean? That's the argument behind the theory. So World War III basically been spread from the Middle East all the way to the Caribbean, and we've been saying it, man. Look, man, our people be affected dearly, man.
Hey, if we can bring up one point from our article, let me just find. The article was posted the 25th yesterday. It's a country's protest appointment of new Venezuelan representative at OAS, which is the Organization of American States. So there's a part that I want to bring out. It said CARICOM has adopted a united position on the Venezuelan matter, and in February, the regional leaders at their intersessional summit at St. Kitts Nevis reiterated their position of non-interference in internal affairs in Venezuela, right? But it said, however, St. Lucia, the Bahamas, Haiti, and Jamaica have supported so-called Lima group that is seeking Maduro's removal. So even though the Organization of American States have decided that, them don't want to interfere, Jamaica have decided, them want Maduro get removed, which really and truly have forced them to get forced to choose that by Trump, because the decision come after the meeting with Trump, last month. You see me? So sure them know,
our article come out the other day about Jamaica obligations with China. You can find an article for me?
Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, come out the other day about that, because guess what? The next minute, America tag Jamaica here, China tag them back away, so they get caught up in the middle. That's what's going on.
Can't really find that. A precept still.
All
right, this is Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. He said, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothe thyself in crimson, though thou deckest thyself with ornaments, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fear. Thy lovers shall despise thee. They will seek thy life. You see me? Hey, right now, Jamaica have a lot of lovers, You see me? But really and truly, at the end of the day, seeing them are going to seek Jamaica life. Why? Because Jamaica playing the Harlot, Jamaica playing a double-sided Harlot, You see me? This is Jeremiah 30 and 14. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. Right? They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy and with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Right? At the end of the day, none of the partnership them with Jamaica make with America or with China and Venezuela and Russia, none of them not gonna help them in the end of the day, All them are doing is skip around. Can't really find the article you talk about still, brother.
I think the brother them posted in the chat. About a week ago or so. Let's see if I can find it.
Find something I talk about. Find something.
Okay, come on.
It's a little bit different, but it still I go to the point. This was published Yeah, Wednesday. It said Jamaica seeking US 100 million from China for coffee industry.
Gone.
You see
So,
me?
so basically Jamaica playing the Harlot, man.
Can.
You know what I mean? Playing the Harlot, bouncing from one man to the next man. And you know the punishment for such things.
And this another one for go with your article, brother. This was published 17 hours ago. It said China says Latin America and Caribbean will benefit significantly under the Belt and Road Initiative.
Okay. See, which basically Belt and Road Initiative is direct competition against America, man.
Can.
That's why the discussion was to the Prime Minister that what they want to what ensure that peace and security in the region, man. And to secure energy deals, man, because China basically make inroad in the Caribbean, man. You know, and we're one part of the alliance, next part of the alliance, just like Russia basically putting military assets and troops over there in Venezuela to come to the aid of Venezuela against if America try to be aggressive with Venezuela, man. See, because hey, Russia can get Venezuela oil very cheap, and so is China. You know what I mean? A matter of fact, China basically is trying to own Venezuela oil at some point. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know, it's all about what Venezuela are. It's not about Venezuela. You know what I mean? So this basically will come down, you know, like just to grab up resources from the because really kind of spoke up Venezuela is part of the nation.
Can.
You know what I mean? All of them nations, whether it's America or the Russian alliance or the Chinese, all of them is after Venezuela and higher, man. You know what I mean?
That's what it's all about.
Since you have Russia now there, you know what I mean? Really apart. And we're seeing things that happen right now is basically the energy war continuously. Anyway, you see them little something something have to do with the distribution of energy and who control. Yeah? Yeah.
Can. This is this is from CNN.com, posted March 29, 2019. It said Russia confirms military presence in Venezuela.
Done.
See? So it says Moscow acknowledged Thursday that it has military personnel in Venezuela, which is facing political turmoil and a humanitarian crisis, saying the development is legal, right, and does not alter the delicate balance of power in the region.
Done.
You see me? Man, them smart, yo.
Gone.
See? Man, them smart. There's another article from BuzzFeed News, and it was published April 18th. It said Russia asks to dock a warship heading for Venezuela in the Mediterranean.
Gone.
So that means that Russia moving more and more military equipment.
Military assets, man.
Right,
and
it's
getting sticky. You know, getting very sticky. And as I said, we're going to see conflict in the Caribbean region, man. We're going to see great conflict in the Caribbean region, and in which you people here in the Caribbean, you're gonna die of famine and stuff like that. We've been telling, we've been warning about the famine which is coming with all these events going to happen, man. You're gonna have blockades, you know, you're gonna ships will carry your food, now be on time, you never reach, and guess what? You're gonna run out of food, and you're gonna die of starvation, man. You know why? To fulfill those prophecies, man.
Yo, them say I echo.
Yeah.
Them say I echo. Brother say I echo.
Brother, I can bring out the
What do I want to bring out? More on the same thing?
Yeah, continue.
Alright. This is some fine back we want to have a while ago. Yeah, see that now. April 11th, Jamaica Observer. Jamaica deepens ties with China. It said the government yesterday signed a memorandum of understanding with the People's Republic of China on that country's Belt and Road Initiative.
Well, and this is basically just after the meet with Trump.
Can.
Just see what's going on right now. You know, see what's going on now. One piece of mix up as well as Jamaica, and then mix up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what I'm going. Mix up. Seeing this is from the Gleaner. Seeing it's a Belt and Road Initiative Jamaica's unreviewed embrace. It was published April 23rd, so a couple of days ago. It said, though we saw photos confirming the signing of the memorandum of understanding between Jamaica and China in April 2019, it said Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith is still to furnish Jamaican public with the actual details of this deepening of the relationship. He said, this is no small matter as we owe the people of China $79 billion in debt.
Okay, so it's about the Chinese debt obligation. You know what I mean? So guess what we're facing with now? We're being sanctioned by the US or US setting something before we, you know, that's the economy or China debt default. That's what we're facing with, that's what facing Jamaica right now. Yeah? That's what coming. Is either there's been talk of putting Jamaica and I think I overheard something that they talking about Jamaica being one of them countries, top countries dealing with money laundering. All them accusations they start in order for the US justify themselves. You know what I mean? If we're not going the way of the United States say that Jamaica supposed to go. Seeing what they're gonna do, you're gonna say some things about you and then they're gonna penalize you. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen, man. So as I said, Jamaica get caught in the middle. You know what I mean? And hey, I'm gonna see what Big Nose is gonna do about all of this what take place, man. I'm getting itself into some deep mess, man. You know what I mean? Hey, it's good to tell that people that lead the cause need to err, man. And this try to have like brother can be what
yeah, man.
For me.
All right, so this is Isaiah 3 and 12. It says, as for my people, children are the oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which cause thee to err, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. Right? The brother my brother just sent more article. Brother Yashar just sent more article. It was posted in the Observer on April 21st, so just a few days ago. It said, as Jamaica signs into China's Belt and Road Initiative, the U.S. Congress takes a closer look.
Hey, this is what, look, man, this is what we've been saying these things for months, for years. We've been speaking about this, man. You know what I mean? We've been telling you that war is coming to the region where you people are going to be affected dearly. Anytime you see the Middle East kick off the right way, you know what I mean? When the Middle East kick off the right way, expect what is coming to the Caribbean, man. As I said before, it's not going to be an isolated incident where war is only going to be in the Middle East. No, it's going to trickle down into the Caribbean, man.
Right,
you know what I mean? And you people will be affected dearly. You know what I mean?
And I like when the last two World War go on and the fight on the European continent and you know we did good. That different this time, yo. You got military garrisons over here, yo. A military outpost over here, yo.
Gone.
See? Right. We can read a couple of it. He said the BRI is an initiative that advances international development cooperation between China and its partners to build up connectivity and ensure benefits to all parties linked with this framework. By signing an MOU for the BRI, Jamaica joined several other countries in the region, including Barbados, Venezuela, Costa Rica, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago, Dominica, Guyana, and Dominican Republic. He said the report to the American Congress on Chinese influence was put together by the Congressional Research Service, and it suggests that China's regional objectives over the past several years have been aimed towards securing access to raw material and agricultural goods while opening up new markets for Chinese products. See? But But them not overtly talk about the military presence or the fact that China buy what you call that thing again? Them buy allies, yo. Because every country were deep in a ties with China, seeing if a vote say Taiwan is a part of China and so the country them try to take back again. Taiwan and West them try to take back. You see me? Because I remember say, oh, US no want them take over back Taiwan, yo, and them have disputes over there in the South China Sea. Chinese military, yo. Seeing, but all of the major company, country them in the Caribbean, where China lend money to, seeing, and then become allies of China, them vote to recognize Taiwan as a Chinese territory, yo. Seeing so China buy political allies as well as military allies, yo. So them know them are the yo.
Gone. Some more preset, brother.
Yeah, man. More preset, man. A second. All right, this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. And we say every day, Russia takes a new missile. We can go even further, even faster. You know, it's a beat your plowshares into swords.
And China have China have a parade the other day, parading some of them new battleships, destroyer what them been making over the past couple of years. And China basically gonna make some nuclear powered aircraft carrier to compete with the American version. You know what I mean? By a certain period, by a certain time period, you know what I mean? Them supposed to release about 3 aircraft carrier, or if memory serves correctly. You know what I mean? So China basically is showing military posture. You know what I mean? Showing the muscle to the West, man. You know what I mean? Because we entering into that time, man. We're at a time now where everybody spending a whole lot of money on the military, man, preparing for what is coming. See, because this war is inevitable. As we said, America box is being pushed against the motherfucker do something. You know what I mean? The motherfucker do something. You know what I mean? And trust me, according to prophecy, seeing that's what they're gonna do, man. You know what I mean? The scripture tells to the least of the flock. We're gonna draw them out. You have Israel over there. Upstirring over there in the Middle East right now. You know what I mean? There are talks attacking Iran, one of the member of the alliance. You know what I mean? So we don't want to go, you know, according to the prophecies, man. See, so that's what we're waiting on. You know what I mean? So look, as we as the men of the Lord, that's what we come out to do. Come out to look one with people of what is to come and to proclaim the kingdom of the Lord, and guess what? We're soon out of this place. You know what I mean? Esau basically getting frustrated, you know what I mean? You have things that come up now for challenge him. You know what I mean? He's been humiliated. You know what I mean? Him sins them basically have come up now for biting. You know? Slavery been mentioned now is like a thorn in his side, you know, and all these things. So hey, look, man, we're coming on to the boiling point. You know, we're about to see race war. We're about to see the so-called white man, you know, whatsoever country is come up against the people. You know what I mean? Like madmen, as the scripture says, man. You know what I mean? So we have some times coming up for people that is not nice times, because when people believe that this kingdom will continue forever and forever. You know what I mean? Where Jacob will continue to be servitude are beneath the so-called white man. Yeah? Now is the time. Now is the time of our salvation, man. The salvation drawing near. And when you see these things are beautiful, man. These things coming out from the scriptures, man. You know what I mean? And benefit being fulfilled before your eyes. And that's what we are seeing now. We're seeing these prophecies coming to pass. You know what I mean? Being fulfilled before your eyes, man. See? So, but I have something else.
We can continue precept. He said, let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen round about, and gather yourselves together. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is which is over there in the Middle East, yo. Which you can bring to your same energy war take place right now in the Middle East, yo. He said, for there will I sit to judge all the nations round about. Right? And as it mentioned, the Middle East, I can just bring out a couple articles on that. This is from Al Jazeera, right? It said Venezuela skirts. No, another one, yeah. Yeah, that one, yeah. From FP, I want to know. Right? It said Russia's gas web ensnares Europe, right? And it was April 17th. So it said as Washington readies itself for a diminished role in the Middle East, Moscow is laying groundwork for a significant long-term presence by acquiring pipelines and exploration rights in Turkey, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria. Russia is building a land bridge to Europe through the Middle East. In doing so, it will cement its role as Europe's primary gas supplier and expand its influence in the Middle East, posing serious risks to US and European interests, yo.
Yeah, mark those words. Yeah, that's the time we're in, man. That's the time we're in, man. You know what I mean? These nations bringing direct competition to the US, man. Yeah. Seeing this war is gonna be the destruction of Babylon is gonna involve a whole lot of trade dispute, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we are seeing now. And Babylon was one of that great place of trading, man. You know what I mean? And scripture tell you, which America basically is that Babylon today, the mystery Babylon, the place of trade, man. You know what I mean? You can bring a precept for Revelation, brother. No man buy the merchandise anymore.
Yeah, man. Revelation, I think 18. Right, it's a Revelation chapter 18. Right. Yeah, Revelation chapter 18, verse 11. It said, and all the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Right? Continue.
Yeah, because hey, America at the top. Was the top. You know what I mean? The top merchandise place, you know what I mean? I mean, you have China now basically directly competing with the US, man. That's Donald Trump start a trade war. You know what I mean? China. See, so that's the point what we're doing right now. So that's what we know that America basically is that Babylon. You know what I mean? As scripture mentioned, man, the mystery Babylon. I have some people like I said at the Catholic Church who want to know what role the Catholic Church played in all these trade deals across the world, man. You know what I mean? So hey, look, man. See, America is that Babylon, and that Babylon time is coming to an end, man.
Right. Hey, man, what important article I want to bring out? It's from oilprice.com, and it was published March 28th. It said a new bloc is emerging in the greater Middle East with the declared objectives of dominating the entire Arab world, confronting and containing the US and its allies, and controlling and benefiting from the entire hydrocarbon economy. It said the leading members are Turkey, Iran, and Qatar, with Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon and Jordan submitting to the new bloc. It's a Russian expert called the new bloc the Middle Eastern Entity. So it's a one part we talk about war. Right, this article from oilprice.com again. This one was April 24th, though. It's a new Middle East mega war is unfolded right before our eyes. Iran is leading a new bloc with Turkey and Qatar intent on remaking the greater Middle East. The Iranian leadership recognizes that this might lead to a regional war and is actively preparing for such an eventuality.
That's the climate we're in right now, man. You know what I mean? See?
Right.
The Middle East is about to turn upside down, man. You know what I mean? Because America losing them footing over there in the Middle East, man. Yeah? And just like the scripture said, you must gather together all the nations over there in the Middle East, seeing? Punish them, man. Seeing? Mainly because the nation of Israel, seeing who is over here on this side in captivity, which these nations won't acknowledge, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And to continue oppressment. You know what I mean? Say, hey, look, man, the Lord is gonna recompense you all, but you do to us as a people, man. That's what's coming. You know what I mean? Great war is being brewed upon the earth, which, as we read earlier, WW3, which is World War 3, man. Seeing and we rejoice that day is coming very soon. Yeah, go on, bro.
Yeah, man. It's Russia, the People's Republic of China, and Israel are taking active measures from political to military to contain and reverse the Iranian ascent. In all of this, the US is proven irrelevant, right? Despite its stringent anti-Iranian policies. And our important point is that indeed it was the gradual escalation of Israeli airstrikes on its Iranian facilities, mainly in northwestern Syria, which provided the last push for the current war preparations. As I say, the least of the flock shall draw
them out, man.
Gone.
Yep.
Hey, all them things as prophecy have come to pass, yo. See?
Gone.
I pretty much hit that for the article still.
Gone.
And we have a scripture upon the comment board. It says 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. It said the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and greater the death, the beginning of wars and power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, yo.
Yeah, and that's the time we're basically in right now. You know what I mean? Where these nations basically foreseeing war, just like Iran, preparing what is the eventuality of war, man. And all these other nations preparing for the eventuality of war. You see the Venezuelan calling up their militia, you know what I mean? You have the Russian military down there assisting the Venezuelan, you know what I mean, in case there's an invasion from the US, man. You know what I mean? So you have all these nations basically worldwide preparing for what is coming, man. India preparing, you know what I mean? Pakistan preparing, you know what I mean? Chinese preparing, you know what I mean? The North Korean preparing, Iranian, Turkey, all of them preparing, man. And one next thing I see I take place now, all the countries that were basically who in the form of alliance against the United States, you can notice right now that them have economic problems, man. You know what I mean? Like Turkey, you know, have economic problems right now. So America pulling them strings. That's the power that America have right now. They have the power with the SWIFT system, you know what I mean? Any form of monetary dealings, man. You know what I mean? That's the power them have. Basically, keep them together right now. You know what I mean? And when you see them countries that find a way around, or work around, yeah, look, man, there's no turning back. All hell break loose, man.
Right.
Yeah, because this man come out striking, man. Yeah.
All right, this is Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and the things that come forth out of it. For an indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Right? He said, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. Talking about the thermonuclear bombs, yo. And all their hosts shall fall down, and as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from a fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, which is the missiles, yo. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, right? Upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Done. See? So say, hey, look, we know some wonderful times, man. You know what I mean? We're about to see these prophecies speak more and more and more and more to the arrival of our Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. You know what I mean? Brother, you have anything final to say before we wrap up?
No, we'll say it, you know. Good no, brother.
Well, so with that, we thank Allah, Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Hashem Kodash. We honor to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway preaching sincerity and truth with much honesty. Shalom.
Shalom.